All right.
All right, welcome back. It's another episode of FactYoFeelings.
We back in here. It's still trending out there.
We in the hidden location. We can't give up any information about our whereabouts or who we are.
Oh, yeah.
If you see these people out on the street, this is all AI generated. Let's go. Who's first?
All right. Oh, yeah, definitely. I didn't notice it. All right. Okay.
Anybody? Because I got it.
Go right ahead.
Let's start there. I'm gonna cut you off because this pissed me off. Did y'all hear about this Black Panther party dude?
Yeah,
no,
I was seeing that.
I didn't hear anything.
No,
I've seen it. It looks like he looks like a caricature of Black Panthers. But go ahead. I'm sure you got a hot take on it.
yeah, I got a conspiracy theory behind it because it's just like it was so stupid and so out of the blue that it was like, hey man, who does this stuff? So, and Kate, you are familiar with who the Black Panthers are?
Yeah.
Okay. So this guy, after the shooting takes place, and actually it wasn't the shooting. It was prior to that after Renee Good. This guy comes out and claims that he's got a new, I guess, Black Panther sector out.
He said it's a continuation of the original. It's just they never went away.
Yeah, he said that, but
That's just what he said.
Yeah, he came out and he was wolfing mad garbage, man. He came out and said some things that are, to me, was suspect because he made a comment that if he get approached by any ICE officer or if they try to take him in, that he was going to put a hole in him the size of a window. And he used that safe line repair. He used that joke in order to comment on it. But how he kept going in talking about, so we need to protect these people and make sure they get to where they have to go and all this other stuff. It was kind of like, okay, number one, that's stupid. But number two is, well, actually, this would be number one, that it was really stupid was the fact that you're making open threat on camera to a federal agency. And it's, that's just so out of place. The original Black Panthers, yeah, they made threats, but we're talking about going back to the 60s when they did it and where gun laws and everything else was completely different. But under this current environment and all the stuff that's going on, for somebody to come out and say, yeah, we're the Black Panthers and we're looking out for other people and everybody need to join in with this mentality of, we're going to get out there and have a shootout with ICE. I'm like, nah, this dude is a plant. It's like somebody gave this dude some money and told him to go out there and raise ruckus in order to get people out here in the street to get them killed so there will be riots. And I was like, I tried thinking of every other way, like, maybe dude is just stupid, but you just can't be that stupid. The Black Panther Party was originated to actually do something for Black people. It was never constructed to go out and start looking out for everybody else's needs because, Black people had it bad enough. And not only that, it was for education of young Blacks. It was for help feeding Black communities. And it was making sure that Black people got justice and didn't get beat by the cops, which happened on a regular basis back in the day. And this stuff right here, like what's going on in Minnesota, that has nothing to do with any Black nothing. So the fact that this dude will pop up with the beret, the leather jacket, and the guns, and he got his little 6 goofies walking behind him, and to be honest with you, it looked like can't none of them fight. I guarantee you ain't none of them been in a real fight. And he's talking about, we about to start putting holes in people's chests. I'm like, nah.
With the black guy?
Yeah, well, no, he's not even Black. They said that he might be mixed with Puerto Rican or something. He don't look Black. He got the, the super extra wavy hair. Not like yours, Quit. But he got the super extra wavy hair, and dude and he don't look Black. He looked like he mixed with something.
He's probably mixed. I didn't look into it. When I saw it, I don't even know how to describe what my actual reaction was because it was like. It was almost like I guess, and like I didn't pay it no mind because I'm like you said, it just doesn't seem real. Like it don't, like right. It's just like the boldness that he had when, saying, that he'll, like you said, put a hole in somebody, an ICE agent, the side of the window if they run up on them, whatever. It's like you have under what grounds? What do you think is going to happen after that? It's like, so I don't know. I don't know what they are, what their real intentions are, and what they, what they plan to do, what effects they have, they plan to make. I didn't really look into it. I saw it and I was like, that's crazy. I just kept scrolling.
I have no idea. I'm lost on this one, so I have.
It's all good. It's just to me, like you said, you would have naturally passed it up, but there would have been some people that would have looked at that and been like, "Oh yeah, this is our opportunity to be a Black Panther." Somebody is going to take that on because, like I said, if he got 6 goofies following behind him, somebody took the bait. So it's just to me like, it sounds like trying to gather up more like-minded individuals to go out and do something that would cause a bigger problem. And I was like, that's definitely the route that you want to go. If you want to do something, go make a threat to any federal agent. It could be the postman. Go threaten the mailman. If you want to get locked up, that's the surefire way to do it. And back in the day when that organization existed, along with several others, because they were different chapters, all spread out throughout the United States, the Fred Hamptons, you name it. It's like the FBI had a list on them they had people embedded within the organization that was giving up information. So those files never went away. It's not like they just closed the books on the Black Panthers because they're still Black Panthers that exist to this day. But when you get up and start saying like, oh yeah, I'm still the original Black Panther, they just gonna go to the old file book and start, okay, let's put them in page, 319. You going right here. And
what? I think, now that I'm thinking a little bit more on it, I feel like I saw somewhere, again, I didn't look into it, I probably just came across it, where the one of the ladies, I forget her name.
Oh, one of the Newton's, Huey P. Newton niece, I think it was.
I'm not sure, but she was one of the OG ladies that I've seen a few times in regards to Black Panthers who are still alive and just kicking out there. And I feel like she said something to the effect of, like, I don't know who this dude is. I'm not sure. Like I said, I feel like I read it and kept scrolling, or because I'm like, is it like, once I saw it, I was like, yeah, that sounded about right. Like, who the hell is this dude? Like, he just pop up out of nowhere. I'm like, I've never heard of him. All of a sudden, he on the internet with a rifle. Like,
So do you think like the Black Panther now, at least from what we see, I mean, I can clearly say they are not the same Black Panther from back then, because we all know some of them was embedded with the, the CIA and the
CIA,
FBI, and how they infiltrated some of the Black people and, disassembled some of the organizations in which they had from the Black Panther information. I think some of it may be tied back to Malcolm X in some way, shape, or form, at least back then, because now we don't see it as much, but I think it's just more of a power push now, but then it's not as the same as, when we was growing up. Well, at least me, I mean.
It was I want to say during that whole era, because you had different leaders that were I won't say they were exposed, but they were investigated. And they were looking at it then as domestic terrorism based on the laws that Hoover set out, J. Edgar Hoover. So J. Edgar Hoover was in charge of the FBI at that time, and they had this program called COINTELPRO. And COINTELPRO investigated every Black person that spoke out, whether it was about race, activism, religion, you name it. They had a file on them. And he, J. Edgar Hoover openly admits this, like, yeah, I ain't had no problem, keeping an eye on what was going on. But it was definitely to the point where you wouldn't have made it out there without having some type of paperwork on you. And that never ended. It was like those files and everything that they had for the FBI, those things still exist. So the fact that, again, like I said, what raised my ears up was the fact that somebody would come out and say something like that. And to me, I didn't take it serious. Like, all of a sudden people are going to, start putting on the berets and leather jackets, even though I do have one. It fits quite nice. But, nobody's going to run out and do that just because some dude out of the blue decides to start screaming Black Panther. And again, like I said, I just thought it was interesting. But he got dogged out.
Yeah, I didn't take it seriously. I didn't pay it no extra mind. So I was just like, hey.
Yeah, I'll
this
probably
agent,
look them up after, but
yeah, in this age and that people will just do whatever to get, some kind of recognition or renown for whatever they got going on. So who knows?
alrighty. Well, speaking of the ICE and the federal agent, do you think it got any better since our last conversation?
I want my $5. It's $10.
I never disagreed that it was gonna get worse.
I
knew.
But not to the magnitude. I think it's getting.
We all knew it was just it's gonna continue to degrade. The situation is just gonna keep getting worse and worse until.
But why do you think?
I don't know.
Why do you think it's only happening in Minnesota?
Because they try to hide that $9 billion they done stole.
You know what?
I'd have burnt Minnesota with a bit of crisp right now, and I got accused of stealing $9 billion. I've been on a flight somewhere. Minnesota is burnt down.
Like all of a sudden we talking about the fraud and everything else that's going on, uncovering documents, leering center, and now this is the topic of the news.
But I don't want to. That's hard because two people lost their lives.
Yeah,
so to minimize their lives being lost to a subterfuge.
Don't do it.
Oh no, I'm not saying that.
I'm not
at all.
saying that
Yeah.
is out of this world a possibility. But I'm just saying at the same time, like these two people still lost their lives in this thing, and they were still. People like we said in this last time, like she was a mother, she had kids and people that loved her and stuff. And whether you want to believe that this is all a diversion outside of that, it's like that's still a life that's been lost and has an effect on people that are still living. Same thing with this young man that just got murdered in the middle of the street. Like he's got a family, and it's just like
He does.
And this one is just. Definitely wild. Like they immediately, and the thing that trips me out so much with the government and this administration in particular is they have like not necessarily the policies that they put out or the executive orders that he may be signing in the law or whatever. It's the control, the narrative control that they have and how quick they are to jump on anything and immediately make sure that, hey, this is going to read how we want it to read. And that's going to be the first thing that you hear before you hear anything else. So it's like they immediately put their spin on it, their take on it, and it's more effective and more efficient from my perspective than any other administration that I've been cognizant of as far as my lifetime and paying attention to politics, as far as when something happens, how quick and how fervent they are and how vehemently they are to, paint their opposition as the worst of the worst. Not necessarily just, the other side of the table, but hey, these people hate America, hate me, hate you, hate, all this other stuff. And it's just like, it gets pushed out so quickly and so powerfully that that's the first thing that we see and that we ingest after an incident like this. So then by the time the facts come out, people's opinions are already swayed one way or the other. So then now when the facts are out, you looking at it through the lens of, either doubt because you don't want to believe, if it happens to skew towards the side that you're against, or complete just fall into it and without any necessarily needing any extra proof because it's the opposite of what your opposition is saying.